Okay, good day everyone. So we'll continue. No, the diseases and injuries affecting the bones and muscles. No, this is part two. Okay, part two na to. So we're done with the bones. No, so we're done with the bones. No, what are the diseases and injuries that our bones maka-affect sa ato ang bones, and then we'll now have to the next no dito na sa ato ang muscles. So unsa may mga diseases and injuries nga pwede makakuan sa ato ang muscles, no, maka makakuan sa ato muscles, no, maka apekto. So common disorders of the muscle, so kining strain on the other hand is a tear in the muscle or the tendon. Okay, this is a result of lifting heavy objects in which muscles were not able to handle the stress well. Athletes also athletes usually experience strains when they train too much for a certain sport. So kanang mga athletes or even kita, no, kung even kita maga train ta or maga natay mga physical activities, and then nasubrahan na din ang ato ang muscles, no, dili na niya kaya i-handle, so that's why magka strain ta. Okay, so similar to sprain, the affected muscle is painful and swollen, but the person also experience weakening of muscle which makes it hard to move. So pag naka-strain, no, so lisod, no, lisod i lihok. So I have experienced that one, no, I have experienced strain. But the person also weakening, no, so common treatment includes no physical therapy and cold compress of the affected area. So mo na say common nga mga common na treatment, no, so cold compress and the physical therapy. So mo na siya, no, sa kung sobrahan ka sa mga physical activities, then your muscles could not dili na niya kaya i-handle ang stress, so kana siya magka-strain ka. Okay, cramp, no? So this is a very common, no? Cramp pod, no? So cramp is a sudden involuntary contraction of muscles that do not relax. Okay, this is a very painful muscle condition that lasts only for few minutes. So few minutes lang siya ang cramp, no? So dili siya longer. Any muscles in the body can experience cramps, but leg muscles are most prone to it, no? So I have experienced also cramp, no? So nangkahi ang ako ang legs, no? Lalabi na sa bagtak, no? So muscle cramps usually occur during exercise and caused by dehydration. So kung dehydrated ka, then you're doing a physical activities, so pwede ka magka-cramp. Also, numerous medicines can cause muscle cramps. So so na mga medisina na maka-cause pod og cramps, no. This can be aided by a muscle stretching. Muscle cramps can often be prevented by measures such as adequate nutrition and hydration, no, attention to safety when exercising, and attention to ergonomic factors. So that's why, before you do a physical activities, no, for example, you're an athlete, or for example you want to play, no, so you want to play a basketball or any physical activity, so kinahanglan natay proper warm up, because no, if you don't, probably magka-cramp ka. So that's why, no, kung makikita mo mga athletes, no, they are doing mga stretching, no, no, i-warm up sa nila ilang body. So kita po, no, before punta mag ano, for example, you want to jog, no, gusto nimo mag-jogging, no? So you have to kanang ikuan sa nimo imong kagalingon, ikuan sa nimo imong muscles, no, i-prepared sa nimo, no, through sa stretching ingon ana, no. So through ingon ana, so ma-prepared ang imuhang ma-prepared ang imuhang muscles, no, for the physical activities, and no, sa mga heavy na mga physical activities, no, kung mag-start na siya. And then also avoid po na siya sa cramp. Okay, so muscle bruises. You learn that bruise is a skin injury due to damaged blood vessels underneath the skin. So we have that one. Okay. However, there are instances that due to a hard blow to an object, the muscles below the skin are affected too. No, the muscle suffer from blood clot or the clumping of dried blood. No, so mo nang mulagom. Okay. So for example, no, kanang mga football player, no, when kung mag-collide ng ilang mga legs nila, so mo na silang kasagaran no na sila yung mga muscle bruises no so mo nang magkasagaran mo pasa siya o no or magka blood clot no so this is the reason why there is a bluish or black patch on the skin no after hitting a hard object. Bruises fade naturally and doesn't require any intervention. No? A cold compress also work in feeding the bruises no kada madagma ka din grabe yung pagkadagma din ng lagom dong imuhang legs no so muscle bruises na siya no nagkakuha og blood clot so okay ang gingon diri okay, so brush is faded naturally. So mo-fade ra na siya naturally. So dili na kinahanglan pa og mga intervention no, pwede cold compress no para mo fade siya. So kinsa naman sa inyong nag-experience og ingon na no, muscle bruises no. How about cramp no kanang ninggahi ang bagtak kung dili na malihok or maglisod og lihok no kanang gahi kayo sakit kayo so no kining duha na experience na ko no kining strain o kining cramp kining muscle bruises so wala pa kay ko ka experience ani niya no so okay. So muscular dystrophy no so kining muscular dystrophy no so muscular dystrophy is an example of a hereditary disease which means it may be passed from one generation to another so hereditary no from the word heredity or hereditary so mapasa no gikan sa imong dito pa sa kanunuan pa nimo so mapasa daw no sa mga apo sa mga next pa na mga generation no. This disease is characterized by extreme and continuous weakening of muscles. So kaning naay mga muscular dystrophy, so mo weak ang ihang muscles. As this happen, the muscles lose its mass and becomes damaged eventually. There is no specific treatment yet for this kind of sickness. So hadlok din ni siya nga disorder sa ato ang muscles no kay wala pa treatment ani. However, its symptoms like weakening of muscles may be treated by taking medication and doing some physical therapies. So this kind of disorder is wala pa'y treatment pero pwede siya ma-treated no by some medication. So wala pa kanang treatment gid no para gid ani. And then no mo weak ang imuhang mga bukog no. So mo weak then mo gamay and then mawala nga kusog no sa imuhang mga muscles. And then diri ata sa poliomyelitis no or poliomyelitis or polio. So have you heard a campaign today no? So end polio no gusto na i-end ang polio no polio is an infection caused by poliovirus no. This disease attacks the spinal cord cells which can cause leg deformities or even paralysis no. Just like rickets, children usually suffer from this kind of disease. However, this may be prevented by having polio vaccines at early age. So that's why no our Department of Health no the DOH they are campaigning polio no and polio kasi kaning polio pag maigo ang bata ning polio pwede nga ang ihang lawas no maapektuhan tong muscles niya magkakuha og deformities no look at the look at the pictures no children with poliomyelitis no so unsa may nung na-observe so look at the shape no ang ilang ang kurba sa ilang lawas so di ba nay deformities sa ilang lawas no kasi naigo man ana ang muscles ana dito sa sulod no so labi na ang spinal cord no ning tanaw na to no ning tanawang lawas sa naay polio so ning hiwi siya then pwede pod no so ma-damage ang ato ang leg no magka-deformity sa atong mga legs then also pwede mukuan sa paralysis so ingon ana na siya nga disorder okay. Okay, ways to treat bone and muscle injuries. So how to treat, no? So whenever an accident results to injury, the first thing to do is to apply first aid, no? So mag-apply kita first aid. This is an immediate care given to the injured person until the medical treatment arrives, no? Below are some first aid that may be given to bone and muscle injuries. No, one, no, a cramp usually does not require medical attention, no, katong magka-cramp ka dili na kinahanglan pag medical attention kay unsa ra man ang cramp, no, few minutes ra ba siya, but the pain it causes may be reduced by massaging the affected muscle. So me, when I experience, no, every time when I experience magka-cramp ko, so ako rang i-massage to nga part, no, labi na diri sa ako ang bagtak, or kung asa man ko magka-cramp to, mostly sa ako ang legs, no, sa akong bagtak, so akong ina-massage. Okay, so drinking plenty of water could avoid dehydration too, no, which is one of the main causes of cramps. So kinahanglan mo inom kag tubig, no, it's kinahanglan hydrated ta, no, labi na kanang mo engage ka og mga physical activities, no, like my before, no, when I was handling, no, nag-coach ko sa taekwondo, gi-appoint ko as a coach, no. So ang akong isa ka player nagka-cramp siya, no, then ang mong gibuhat, no, cold press lang. Okay, okay, second, no, the treatment for sprain and strain are almost the same, no, same lang. Apply cold compress to lessen the swelling of the affected part, no. Wrap the injured part with a cloth bandage to restrain its movement. It is also important to rest the affected part to avoid worsening its condition. So ang sprain o yung strain, no, pare-pareho lang sila. Okay, so apply na to ang cold compress. So and then kinahanglan na bandage, then cloth bandage, then i-relax to, no, i-relax, no. So these are the key points. So key points, no, a fracture is a break in the bone. It happens when a bone is subjected to strong force which causes it to break, no. So not all accidents may be lead to the breaking of the bone, no. Some injuries may be lead to bone dislocation or the moving out of the bone, no, from its position in the joint, no? Then sprain is an injury to the ligament when it is strained or torn. So also you can also osteoporosis is a bone disease that is very common to elderly people, no. It is the thinning and weakening of the bones which can result to painful fractures. So kining osteoporosis, so ang maka-experience ani mostly are kana mga tiguang na, no. So di ba na ano ni na advertisement ani, so tama ba ko, Anlin, no. So okay, next, the arthritis, no, is another sickness common for elderly, no. So it is the swelling of the joints which may cause pain, stiffness, and reduced ability to move. And then rickets, no, is a condition bone that is usually observed in the children, no. It is a condition brought by lack of calcium and vitamin D, no. Strain, on the other hand, is a tear in the muscle or the tendon. And then cramp is a sudden involuntary contraction of muscles that do not relax. So muscular dystrophy is an example of a hereditary disease, while which means it may be passed from one generation to another. So mapasa siya. And then poliomyelitis or polio is an infection caused by a poliovirus. This disease attacks the spinal cord cells which can cause leg deformities or even paralysis. The next, no, it is a break in the bone, no. So unsa man na siya? So tawag na to na fracture. Okay, a bone disease that is very common to elderly people. So okay, so osteoporosis, no, karang osteoporosis, no, a common disease that is very common to elderly people. Okay, a sudden involuntary contractions of muscles that do not relax. So tawagan na niya cramp, no. So cramp. Okay, it is a condition brought by lack of calcium and vitamin D, that is rickets, no. Pag kulang og calcium and vitamin D, so posible maigo kaning rickets, no. Posible maigo sa rickets ang usa ka tao. Okay, an injury to the ligament when it is stretched or torn. So tawagan na niya sprain, no. So kana nga injury. And then it is the swelling of the joints which may cause pain, stiffness, and reduced ability to move. Tawag na to na arthritis, no. So arthritis, no. So pag ang swelling, no. So it is the thinning and weakening of the bones which can result to painful fractures. So unsa man na siya? Tawag na to na osteoporosis, no. Thinning, no, thinning ang pagkanipis. And then ang pagka-weak, ang i-weakening na dayon sa iyang bones, no. So next, no, a bone condition that is usually observed in children. So rickets, no. So kana siya pinaka usual na ma-observe gid sa atuang mga kabataan, no, sa mga bata. Or it is an example of a hereditary disease, which means it may be passed from one generation to another. So bago lang nato ni siya gi-mention, so kana siya tawag nato ang muscular dystrophy. Okay, this is a very painful muscle condition but lasts only for few minutes. So kana siya cramp, no? So cramp. Okay? So think that's the end of this presentation. So thanks for watching. Just comment if you have questions or if you have a suggestion, i-comment lang ninyo. And thank you.